Okay, so this is what I know so far about Yordenis Ugas. This guy, he's Cuban, but he's not your typical Cuban. This guy loves to stand and trade. He does it, yeah, pretty intelligently. I just saw the fight, and I've never seen him fight or anything. I just saw him against Sean Porter, and yes, he beat Sean Porter. He was robbed. It was pretty obvious when you at the end of the fight you could see who won and who lost. Even Sean Porter saw that he didn't win the fight. Like Ugas picked up his hand when the fight ended, and like in front of Porter, and Porter just nodded like he agreed to it. He was like, "Yeah, you won this fight." So this guy, he gave a. I mean, they both traded and beat each other up, him and Porter, but it was pretty clear that this guy got the best out of the trades and everything. What else can I tell you about this individual? Yeah, he has a pretty big frame for a guy that's 5'9". Again, he loves to stand and trade, and he does it pretty intelligently. He's kind of wide. When I saw him against Porter, he looked a little more wider than here in the picture. I guess maybe his shoulders are big, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And he has an iron chin. He could take a punch. He's also a bit dirty, and yeah, he's a little sloppy, a little dirty. He likes to, and he has an attitude. Like, man, he kept looking at every time the bell ended, a round ended, he would just look at Porter, like just stare at him like the freaking voodoo guy or something. So this guy, he kind of reminds me like an Antonio Margarito, just slightly faster and intelligent. And of course, he doesn't have the granite chin, but he seems to have an iron chin. Like he could take a punch. He was bleeding from his mouth, but yeah, this dude, yeah, he could definitely take a punch. Porter punches really good, so he was able to take his punches, but obviously he did show some damage. What else? What else can I tell you about him? Again, he has like he's kind of awkward actually when he fights in there. He loves to trade, but he's not. Again, he's pretty smart about it. Like he does these crazy maneuvers in the ring while he's trading. He kind of just does these lateral movements and whatnot. But he's not. Again, he's not too fast though. His speed is about normal, I want to say. So I do see Pacquiao beating him in speed. I do see Pacquiao landing on this guy quite oftenly, but this guy, he could take a punch. And right now, the way I see the fight, hoping that Pacquiao has not aged in the last couple of years, I see a pretty brutal fight. Maybe Pacquiao will put a beating on this guy. Maybe Pacquiao will just be too fast for him. But obviously, I don't see Pacquiao stopping this guy. And if he does, he could probably stop him in the later rounds. But he might also put somewhat of a beating on Pacquiao. Again, he beat Porter. I just saw that right now. I was like, man, like it was a rough fight. I would say that maybe Porter didn't look at his best. I don't want to take credit away from this guy. That's what I slightly believed, but then again, I may be biased. I'm not really sure. Also, his record, because this guy also punches pretty hard, so I'm surprised that his record, he doesn't have a lot of KOs. He has like 20 something fights, and he just doesn't have a lot of KOs. So it's like 50% KOs, I believe. Yeah, look at that. He has 26 wins and 12 KOs, 4 losses. Although I realistically, right now, on top of my head, he has 3 losses. If you ask me, because I just saw the Porter fight and he beat him. I want to say maybe 7 to 5 rounds, possibly 8 to 4 rounds, with some rounds close. Oh, another thing, he dropped Porter like 3 times, but those they they kind of look like slips, like all of them. Although the last one he dropped them, it did look pretty legit. However, the referee Jack Reese he counted all of them as slips. So that was, I don't know, man. I this guy, I mean, he was done pretty dirty in that fight. Uh, let's see, what else can we? Let's check his box recs real quick. Again, 12 KOs. I mean, when he was punching Porter, it didn't seem like he was throwing well, he was throwing haymakers, however you say that. But his punches aren't the type of punches that you throw them really quick. You know, kind of like Canelo, where they snap to your opponent and bam. But he throws them kind of like Golovkin, where they're pretty stiff punches, in a different style, of course, not like Golovkin. Golovkin throws them like straight, like really like straight punches, but yeah, he throws them kind of like hook wise. But they're pretty stiff punches. I mean, he roughed up Sean Porter, but I'm trying to see. I mean, maybe I'm trying to see why he doesn't have that many KOs. 'Cause he did put a dent on Porter. So yeah, he's about to fight Pacquiao right there. Let's see, he won by SD, RT, UD, SD. Okay, so yeah, I guess he's just been winning by unanimous decision or split decision, etc. Again, maybe he just likes to put a dent on his opponents and just because it seems like he loves to fight and he has an attitude. He looks at the opponents, he mocks them, and yeah, he's a little dirty. He's not too dirty where he would. I didn't recall him throwing low blows. Maybe because he was taller than Porter. But he is a little dirty, and he loves to make faces and just do stuff there. So, anyways, I'm looking forward to this fight, and I think you should too. I believe it's going to be a good fight. I originally thought it was going to be a snooze fest because other than Pacquiao, of course, making it interesting and exciting. But I thought it was going to be a snooze fest because this guy, I mean, at face value, he's a Cuban with a low KO percentage, so that obviously gives you like the stereotype of a Cuban boxer. But no, it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a hard knock fight. Anyways, peace out. Like and subscribe. Later. Good night. Good morning. Whatever.